How's RCAF? Yeah? Doing good? How's your lunch? Good? Well, it's hard to compete with beef for lunch. The only thing better is that we feed our kids beef. That's the only thing better. So my name is Ken Charfauros, and I am a co-owner of Wall Meats Processing and also the Red Rock Restaurant in Wall. My topics today are beef to school and farm to table that we are also engaged in as far as C9 is concerned. Before I go into those two topics, though, there's some folks I'd like to thank for having us here. Tatum Lee, where are you? You were over there. You still in the room? Tatum, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. And also the personal visit back a few months ago to talk about, or have me talk about beef to school and sharing that on your social media page. That meant a lot to us and keeps us going, by the way. Our plant stays real busy, 2 shifts, 18 hours a day, just to get our local beef across our table and to our customers. Where's Tiffany Robertson? Are you here, Tiff? There you are. Tiff, I want to personally thank you in this public forum for supporting such a small business producing local beef. So thank you again. To the directors of RCAF, my God, I really want to thank you for having me speak today. It's an honor to promote local beef, so thank you for that. I'm glad to be here. Lastly, to our producers, everybody in the room that's a producer. You know, I did 30 years in the Air Force, did 13 deployments, but nothing compares to your sacrifice. All that I've done in 30 years doesn't compare to your generation and generation of hard work of beef enthusiasts. Nothing. I applaud you. My hat goes out to you. So thank you so much. Oh, by the way, you keep me busy. So thanks for that. All right. So my first two topics, the first of the two topics is beef to school. This is nothing new. Other states have done it. In fact, we got the idea at the Ag Summit last year, and a very inspirational speaker of Amy Pravicek. Anybody know Amy? Wonderful lady. She's great, and she was speaking at the Ag Summit, and I was standing in the audience and thought, wow, beef to school, what can that do for Wall? What can that do for the community? What can that do for beef? All the producers can benefit from that, most of all our children, the next generation of producers. So I took that idea. Actually, before Amy got off the stage, I was standing there to shake her hand, thanking her for re-energizing this 57-year-old, 30-year veteran into something that's meaningful. And I took that, and of course I asked her if I could take her idea back to Wall, and she said yes. So before I even left the parking lot of the Ag Summit, I contacted the Ag Committee Chair, which happens to be Josh Geigel. And Josh, and I are friends. So the conversation went like this. Josh, this is Ken. Yeah? Well, I got something I got to bring back to Wall, and I'm very excited about it. Can we form an emergency meeting with the Ag Committee tomorrow morning at noon? He said, well, what's going on? I said, I got a proposal for the committee to move forward with. It's the beef in our schools, feeding our children beef. And his question was, do you have more details? I said, no, I don't even have my brain is scattered right now. I'll have everything together by morning. So we went and had the meeting that next day. I proposed that idea to the committee, and they were 100% agreeable to what I was proposing. So we moved on to the next level. The next level was, okay, who do we get a hold of next? Well, it was a school lunch lady. That's who the next step was. And her name is Lynn Dunker. And I'm trying to recognize those people that are involved in this program in Wall, because what we did a year ago, we didn't realize that it was going to catch on this quickly. We were just trying to get beef to our schools. And so Lynn calls the peer office And their response was, yeah, we can do this. It's not a big deal. We actually have been waiting for someone to step up, some processing plant to step up and take this on. I was amazed. I thought that when I spoke to Amy Pravacek that it was a USDA inspected beef that had, or USDA inspected beef that was the only thing that could go to school. And I was good with that. I was willing to let it go to Sturgis and let it get inspected. I just wanted to feed our children beef and move our producers' assets through that process. But it came back that we could, Wall Meats, could do it for our school. In fact, at the time, there's only 2 processing plants that can process and inspect beef, and Wall Meats was one of them. So I was kind of happy about that. So in that forum with Lynn Dunker, we took that to the next level. The next level is the school board. Knowing that the school board was 90% ag producers, it was no brainer. They unanimously voted to go on with the project. So we went, again, further to the next level, which is, what do we do to get our beef to the schools? Well, we came out with a pilot program, and that pilot program was supposed to help us decide if it was sustainable, it was even feasible, and could be beneficial economically. Well, all those questions were all yes, yes, and yes, the answers to those questions. So we moved forward to scheduling our first beef, which was in December of 18. And we had to get it in before the next semester started. And all that logistics was kind of difficult because I already had a 6-month out schedule in our butcher plant. Well, anyways, it turned out that by the time we got it in and processed and tested for E. coli to ensure that our kids were safe and the product was wholesome. And that's important. I'll get to that in a minute. But the scheduling was correct, so it was feasible. Is it sustainable? Can producers help us do this? The answer to that was yes, unanimously. I had to turn people away from donating beef. And in turn, they said, okay, so if we can't donate beef, let's donate money for this process. And that actually happened, and we saved a fund to buy other beef, and actually beef that can go into this year's sustainment process. And to date, with Wall, we are on tap to answer another proposal next week and enter the commodities bidding. And I believe that with what we were doing with local donation and local pricing, I think we can beat the commodities group in providing local beef to our school again. I wholeheartedly believe that. And I did a lot of research in pricing that I think we can do it. And that's a win for us. It's a win for locally raised beef. I'm passionate about that. I think that my time in the butchering community has shown me to realize that this is the way to go. It's our local resource. It's abundant here. We're in the heart of beef country. Why don't we feed our kids that? In other research, I probably shouldn't have done this, but I will. So in the research I've done is a 1/4-inch patty from the commodities group. It contains fillers that will cost you 88 cents a patty, 1/4 pound patty. My 1/4 pound patty is about 82 cents. So 88 to 82, it's not significant, but in big scheme of things, it can save money for our school system. School system that could use that money elsewhere. They can take the money that's allocated to their school lunch program in savings and move it to something they may need more in the school. So that means a lot to us and to the school system. So that's a tidbit, and that's just one data point, but it's worth something. But overall, we provide our school children something good to eat, something healthy, something fresh, something our producers and their children can take away from. Anyways, so that said, our current status on beef to school, we have one school district that's in our plant right now, we're waiting on E. coli testing to come back, and then we can deliver next week. And that happens to be the Custer School District. So thank you to Custer, if you're in here. Yeah. Next on board is the Wall School, which is next week, and Faith is another school that's interested, so is New Underwood. So last year we did 2, this year we're going to 4. And we don't know who else is coming on board, but we're ready. We're ready for whoever wants to join us in this venture to go beef to school. So that's it for that beef to school. And I'll stay back for more questions if you have any. The process is actually very simple. There's a testing involved, there's a nutritional values you have to meet by the USDA, and all the testing it doesn't cost very much. I know you hear this, it costs $100 to get your beef tested. No, it doesn't. It's $35. It's well worth our kids, each beef. Nothing, minimal. I will pay for that. In fact, I donate the first beef processing for any school that's started. And that's my contribution to what we're doing, and what we're doing is right, in my opinion.